Hi guys, how are you doing? Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm sorry, my live started late. Leo nimechelewa. I was doing some other things and my Wi-Fi was misbehaving. But how are you doing? How was your week? Today is on Furahi Day. So the week has just come to an end. How has your week been? Hello, let me look at your comments. Good afternoon, so always coming here for content. Thank you, Nas Karen. Nini K, today you're on time. So welcome to my live. Esther Mutua, we're doing well. We thank God. Thank you, Esther. Hi, Drew Music came so good to have you back. Thank you very much. Graciela, I don't know if that's how you have a beautiful name. I don't want to mess it, but Graciela, Mimi, you say, I'm so excited to see you today. I'm happy you're here with me today. Rachel Wamboi, I'm the first one today. Oh, Rachel, welcome to my live. Who is this? Lucy Nyambura. I'm so I love you big. Oh, love you right back, Lucy. I do. So I want to give a few minutes. I just want to catch up with you. We can catch up kidogo as I wait for more people to join the live, and as I give time to more people to see the notification so they can join the live. So I'm so happy to be here. I love what I do here. I love it big time. Antonina. Hey, you guys have beautiful names. Mimi hata siwezi sema majina yangu ya kizungu hapa. Antonina Njeri, hello Menta, I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Antonina. Shiko is always here by the way. Hi Shiko Moigai, ananiambia hi mso. Emily, I love you mommy. Oh, you guys, mtafanya nilie. Lydia Joes, Lydia underscore. Oh, big up, road to 100k. Mudhoni, it's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday! So how old are you turning tomorrow? Most people don't like talking about their age. So happy birthday to you, Mimi, Graciela Mimi. Enjoy. About tell me hapo kwa comments, what are you planning to do for your birthday? How will you treat yourself? How will you be there for the birthday girl? What are you doing for yourself? We said we're not waiting for people to surprise us, and we're not expecting people to treat us well while we're not treating ourselves the same. So Graciela, what will you do tomorrow? It doesn't have to involve money, by the way. Nyawero nasema hi mso, I've been waiting for this live. Welcome, thank you. Nisalimia leo, naitwa Suzy. Sasa Suzy, Susan Karanja. Hi Suzy. Claire Kagwara unasema first time to attend your live. I'm looking forward. Thank you so much, Claire, and thank you for the new guys. If you've never been here during my live, thank you so much and welcome home. My name is Mudhoni Mukiri Njoroge. I am a personal development and mindset coach. I am a practicing coach. This is my home. My YouTube channel, like I say, it's my landing page. This is where I connect on another level with you guys, emotionally and mentally. I love it here. So if you're looking at building your personal development journey, your healing journey, becoming a better version of you, becoming a better person, healing your inner child, and also working on yourself, basically, this is the place to be. And welcome. Lydia nasema emotional. As for me, photoshoot kama kawa. Okay, I see you. Enjoy. I used to love photoshoots, by the way. I used to really love photoshoots. The whole of 2019, I was doing photoshoots, I think, like every 2 weeks. Another Graciela, you say your birthday is tomorrow. You're saying I'm planning to dress up and take myself for dinner. Oh my God. I just wanted to be my birthday so I can go for dinner too. Yeah, enjoy. And when you're at that dinner, don't be lonely, don't be bored. Think about things you want for your next year. I don't ask you, of course I had already asked you how old you're turning. You don't have to say if you're not comfortable. Think about what you want for the year you're turning, how you want to grow financially, how you want to grow emotionally, what you want in your personal life, in your relationships. Think about it and have a plan. Hi Mudhoni, Masimo Haki. My first time commenting, and I love your content because you have really helped me a lot. Thank you so much. And that is the goal of this YouTube channel. Jane, I'm so I admire you. You are my inspiration. Hey, so you look hot. Thank you. I love looking hot. So mimi hukufuata chini ya maji, so I love you more than, oh, thank you, Rachel. So guys, today's topic is the power of walking away. Then I love you. You have really changed how I perceive things, and I'm here to stay. Thank you, Anne Kangede. So thank you so much, guys. I will look at your comments and your feedback tukiendelea bado na hii live. However, I want to get started. It's already how many? 14 minutes past. So it's good time for us to start. A lot of people have already joined. I have a good number, which I like, and I'm happy. So we can also interact. If you have your questions about today's topic, you can write them at the comment section. Nitazijibu tukimalizia hii live. I don't do it long. I do my live. My topic is usually not more than 30 minutes. Hiyo time ingine ya juu, I answer your questions and we interact. Sawa. So today I want to talk about the power of walking away. A lot of times we find that we are stuck in situations that are hurting us, in situations that are toxic, in situations that do not celebrate us, in friendships that body shame us and that don't have our back. We find that it's easier to sit in what we already know, as much as it's not working, than seek for something else or walk away. It's easy to sit in what we know is familiar and what we are used to, because we are scared of moving on and facing something that is unknown. Yeah. So that is what I want to talk about today, the power of walking away, how you can walk away from spaces that don't celebrate you, from spaces that take you for granted, from marriages that are making you worse, that are messing with your mental health. How can you walk away? How can you get the power and the strength to move forward from things that you feel are not helping you in any way? We said we are not wasting our time, and 2022 is the time to make the bold moves you've always wanted to make. Nobody is going to make them for you. That's what we said. We have to find it in us. We have to look within and find what it is in us that will enable us move forward. So I have a few points, you guys. I hope you brought your notebooks and your pens. The first one, the power of walking away. Mostly we look at it like what I'm leaving behind. I'm leaving this job behind. I'm leaving my this relationship behind. I'm leaving this friendship. I'm leaving this behind. As much as it's not working, you always look at what you're leaving behind. Now, I want you to look at what you're walking towards. Right? Stop focusing on I'm walking away, I'm walking away. Focus on what are you working towards. For example, if you're living a toxic relationship, what are you working towards? I'm working towards finding myself. I'm working towards finding a relationship that's healthy. I'm working towards finding a marriage that will work for me. I'm working towards giving my children a healthy home, as much as I'm not with the father of my babies. Don't focus so much on what you're walking away from. Look at what you're working towards. For example, if you're living a toxic work environment or an environment that you feel you're not growing or you feel like you have outgrown, you can tell yourself, instead of thinking, oh, now I'm going to leave this job, you can think about what are you working towards. I'm working towards self-employment. I'm working towards a job that will pay me better. I'm working towards a job that is good for my mental health. I'm working towards a job that recognizes my strengths and what I'm bringing to the company. Focus on what you're working towards, especially if you're living a place where you've stayed for a long time. For example, 5, 10 years, 15 years. It's hard to just walk, but it's easy when you look at what is on the other side, what you're working towards, what you're facing when you leave this situation. And especially when my clients who come with a lot of baggage, a lot of hurt, and a lot of second guessing themselves, wondering, oh, so if I leave this man, it means I will become a single mother. But I say, don't look at what unajua sasa nikitoka now I won't have a husband. You won't have a husband, but also you will not have someone beating you. You won't have a husband, but you will not have someone abusing you. Look at number one, what are you working towards? You're working towards your freedom. You're working towards a better job. You're working towards better friendships. Yes. Aya. Another thing, the power of walking away. Okay, I've written my notes here and I don't know what's happening. Number two, there's a season for everything. Realize there's a season and a reason for everything. Okay, there's a child who's crying outside. Okay, I hope you guys cannot, it's not too loud for you guys. So there's a season and a reason for everything. There's a reason why you've stayed in that job for 10 years. There is a reason. There's maybe something you were supposed to learn. Maybe it's elevated you from as a place where you are living in a bedsitter, now you're living in a 3-bedroom. Maybe it's helped you grow your skills. Maybe even when you're working at that job, you're able to even to do your masters. And if you are in a relationship and you're wondering, okay, so now how do I walk away? Maybe that relationship was there to teach you a lot about yourself, because relationships teach us a lot about ourselves. It was there to teach you can do better. It was there to teach you the power of communication. It was there to teach you so much. Personally, I went through toxic relationships. My last relationship was with a narcissist, and I say this all the time. And during that time before I left, it took me a whole year to leave. And even before I left, I was wondering, sasa naenda wapi? Sasa, you know what we think, sasa ni mgani mzuri amewekwa mahali and all those things. However, when I look back now, I know the reason I was in that relationship, because God wanted to show me I had unhealed trauma. God wanted to lead me to my purpose. God wanted to use me to help other women who are going through the same thing. So there's a reason and a season for everything. Take the lesson, learn and move on. Learn and move on. Another thing, if you want to really be confident about moving on and about walking away, I say also think about your survival when you go wherever you're going. Have tools that will enable you. It's kind of like planning. Have tools that will enable you survive wherever you're going. For example, if you're living a toxic relationship, an narcissistic relationship, get a support group that will help you. If you're leaving your employment and you want to start self-employment, do your research, have maybe your finances, or have a plan. It will also give you confidence. Sometimes the reason we are unable to leave what we have behind to move to something new is also because we don't know how we will survive and we don't have a plan whatsoever. We are so blank. So have tools and techniques and ways that will help you focus moving ahead. Yeah, if you're living a narcissistic relationship, number one, most women who are married to narcissists and they're in toxic relationships, 99% of them are not working. They don't have a source of income. So probably if you're thinking of walking away from such a relationship, number one, you need to look for a job, or you need to look for money, or you need to look for someone to host you, or how to survive. So it also gives you confidence. Coming up with a plan and coming up with tools and ways to survive when you walk away from what you're walking away from. Another thing is, and I would need to talk about how to trust yourself. Trusting yourself. A lot of times we go around asking people, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should open this business or open this other one? We are asking permission from other people about what we're going to do with our lives. Unless that person is an expert and they are giving you options of how about you look at option A, at option B, at option C. But if you're just your friend or whatever, or your sister, whoever, someone who has absolutely no knowledge, for example, about what you're walking towards, and then you're asking them what I need to do, you need to trust yourself, to trust your choices, and to know you're going to live with the consequences so you can make that bold step. Trust yourself and give yourself permission. And will give yourself permission. I said this, we always know, there's always that instinct, there's always that inner voice that tells you, by the way, you need to walk out of this relationship. Or that tells you, Ikazi, I need to look for another job ASAP. You always have that inner voice. You always know. But then we walk away asking people, okay, unaona nifungue salon ama nifungue kinyozi? But you always know which is your better choice, which you would be better at. You already know. And if you really need advice, get a specialist. Get someone who's done it before you, or someone who advises people on what you're going to do. Get help. But give yourself permission to make decisions. Sit in your space. Ask yourself the question you want to ask your friend. For example, so Mimi, I want to leave this guy. Do you think I should leave him? Ask yourself that question. The question will be yes. Because by the time you're already thinking of leaving, maybe you've tried all avenues and nothing has worked for you. Sawa. Give yourself permission and trust yourself. You will face the consequences and you will be fine. Another thing I need to talk about is most times the reason we're scared of walking away from something is because we don't want to regret. We don't want to get there and start thinking, okay, na sasa mbona nilimwacha, ama sasa kama ningekaa ingekuwa hivi ama ingekuwa hivi. It's because we don't want to do that. However, the only reason you will not regret, is looking ahead. Is looking, don't ever look behind. Do not, that is behind your back. Don't look ahead. If you had left a situation, if you had left a situation that was not good for you, it was worse and it was messing with your mental health, and you walk away from it, and then when what you're walking to, you feel like it's not working, think of a plan. I would never advocate about going back. This is what I say. Everybody who is doing better than you in that situation, for example, whatever you're walking away from, a toxic relationship, a bad work environment, or whatever it is you're walking away from, there are people who are in better situations of the same. If it's a marriage, there are people who are so happy and in healthy marriages. If it's a toxic work environment, there are people who are driving the biggest cars. There are people who are living the life and they're also employed. You can also be that person. Don't go back to toxicity because that, now I'm regretting. Me, I don't know. Don't. That is why we worry so much. Na nikienda alafu nianze ku regret. But where you are, is it serving your needs? Is it celebrating you? Is it meeting your needs? Is it where you want to be? Is it treating you with the worth you feel you deserve? Is it? If it's not, walk away. And the only reason you will not regret is going back to my first point. Knowing what you're working towards. I am working towards my financial freedom. I am working towards finding myself. I am working towards healing that part of me that is broken. I am working towards a happy marriage. I am working towards self-employment. I am working towards better friendships. You will never go back. Because I remember when I left my narcissistic relationship, and then I was here thinking, ama ningekaa tu, ama was the problem, but then imagining going through the same mental torture I went through in that relationship, that was enough motivation for me to move on, to move forward. So look at what you're working towards. Remember there's a season and a reason for everything. Take the lesson. What has that space taught you? That toxic space, that space you've outgrown, that space you feel you're better than, what has it taught you? Why do you think God put you? Because everything happens for a reason. That's what I say. Why do you think you were in that space? Maybe it was to teach you deserve better, you can do better. Maybe it was to show you can expand your abilities and your territories. So, guys, look at the reason why you're there and know there's a season for everything. Another thing, it's good to have a glass here. I want to do an example. Okay, glass yangu iko na tumaji tudogo, but it's okay. I want to give you an analogy. I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's something that I think about a lot, especially when I'm faced in a situation where I'm thinking, why am I thinking about something that I walked away from? Why is it weighing on me? Why is it hard on me? So this is a glass. It has a bit of water. You can see. So if I asked you to guess the water that's in here, some of you will guess 10 ml, 20 ml water. But the water inside here, the amount of water here does not matter. What matters is how long I hold on to this glass. So if I hold on to this glass for 3 hours, I will start to feel tingly in my arm. If I hold on to this glass for a whole day, I will start to feel numb. If I hold on to this glass by tomorrow morning, I will start to feel pain. I will start to feel dizzy, for example. I will start to feel like the pain is now coming towards my chest because I'm holding on to this glass. So it is not what is in the glass that's heavy, it's how long I'm holding on to it. That is what will make the difference. Sawa? I don't know if I've made sense. I'm a melewa. Sometimes I talk a lot and because I'm not seeing you guys, I want to know you guys. Tuko pamoja ama tunaelewana. Another thing I always say, also look at people who have been in such situations that you are in, or who have been in that situation that you want to walk away from, and look at how they are doing and look at their success story. Sawa. And as you're also thinking about, oh my God, now when I leave here, what do I do, blah blah, there's also someone else who is thinking the same. Not even someone else. We are how many? 8 billion in the world. There's also another 100 million people thinking about the same thing. Read also from other people's experiences. Another thing that I talk a lot and that I'm huge on, pray about your journey. Pray that God will guide you. Pray that God will hold your hand. Pray. I always pray about everything. And prayer doesn't have to be you have to go to church on Sunday. I am not religious, by the way, but I'm very spiritual. I have a personal relationship with God. Pray about your journey. Pray about your milestones. Pray and give it time. Pray and give it time. As I also talk about prayer, when we pray, sometimes we always ask God, oh God, I need you to give me a sign. I need a sign. The fact that you are asking for a sign is a sign. I keep saying that, even especially about relationships, especially about when you're presented with an opportunity and you're thinking, I don't know if it's the right one. It probably is not the right one. And the reason you're going around asking, oh God, I need a sign, that's the first sign. Because when you get an opportunity that is right for you, even the relationship, you never second guess. You never start asking, is it the right one? You just know it's the right one. Even when you're going to pray, you don't start telling God to give you a sign. You tell God, God, I have found the person I have been looking for, guide me. Bless this relationship. You don't start asking for a sign. So every time I find myself telling God, God, I need a sign, it just always hits me, my God, this is a sign. This is the first sign that I don't need to do that. Or or my instincts are right. So guys, whenever you go to prayer and you start asking God for a sign, that's a sign. That's the first sign. Because God has given us instincts and that conscience. So what we pray to God to is to guide us in the journey, not for a sign. He's already given you the instincts to know by then this is not right. So every time you find yourself, oh God, I went on 3 dates and this guy, I'm not sure, oh God, I need a sign. You're already not sure. Yes. Yeah, so guys, this is the end. There's something else I also want to add. Sometimes the one who got away is the lucky one. Sometimes the one who left is the lucky one. Sometimes the one who walks away from that the one who another mkono anaenda, the one who feels they can do better, the one who feels this space is not for me, is the lucky one. Sometimes we associate living like now you have left everything, now you are walking away naked or with nothing. Sometimes we walk away to the life we've always wanted. Sometimes you walk away to freedom, financial freedom, to mental and emotional wellness, to healing, to better relationships, to becoming a better person. So remember my first point, you guys. Don't focus a lot on what you're walking away from. Focus more on what you're walking towards, what is on the other side. Because what prevents us from walking away is the fear of unknown. Wondering, okay, na nikienda na huku alafu iende mbaya, then I start coming back here to beg. You're not gonna come back because you know why you left here. So know why you're living, know why you're living, know what you're working towards, and have a plan. Have a plan, especially if you're in those situations where you've stayed for such a long time. If it's a job and you've worked there for 10 years, you're going to self-employment, or if it's a marriage that has lasted 10 years, or a relationship that's too long. So you need to have a plan, because you're so used to being in that space, you don't know what it's like to be away from that, or to be out of that space. So sometimes surviving can be hard, but when you have the right tools and the right mindset, you can do it. It's totally okay. It's not easy. No one said it's easy. And a lot of people who want to live, especially relationships or situations, it takes up to 7 times to live, guys. It takes up to 7 times to be able to walk away. It does. Like for me, even my previous relationships, I took a lot of time. Well, let me not even talk about relationships. Let me talk about employment. By the time I was leaving the media job, it took me a whole year. And then COVID came, and then I'm thinking, okay, but I'm doing so well, and I'm happy with my life, and I'm happy with my choice, So it will take you a long time. It can take you many times to want to leave, but one day, one of those days, you will walk out that door and you will not come back. And after some time, you realize, you made a good decision. Another thing that I keep saying about, you will never know until you try. You will never know what's on the other side until you go to the other side. You will never know what it's like to have financial freedom, what it's like to be in a happy relationship, what it's like to have a good relationship with yourself, what it's like to be mentally stable. You will never know until you try. You will never know. Have a plan, guys. I'm not telling you to wake up tomorrow and quit your job and you don't have a plan. And then say that, and then start saying, I said you walk away. Yeah, but follow what we've spoken about. So yeah, so that's it, guys. That's what I had planned for today. So for those who keep telling me I can't leave, I'm scared, I don't know, I don't want to go, and then now and then it's gonna take me forever to be single, to find another person. That is the story you tell yourself. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be. And that time when you already move on, you will not, if it's a relationship, because that's what people write to me about. If it's a relationship that is not celebrating you, that is toxic, that is not what you want in your life, that you're walking away from, when you tell me no, I don't want to leave, and then I start being single for another 3 years, I'm already 32, that's what people write to me. You forget that now when you're going to another relationship, you will not start from scratch. You're starting from experience. You're starting from someone who knows what you want in a relationship, what you're looking for, someone who is self-aware. It's not going to take you a long time. That's the story we tell ourselves. And this is what I say. Instead of sitting there and telling me, I've been in this relationship for 10 years, so I cannot walk away. Instead of sitting and telling me that, ask yourself, so you want to be in that relationship for 10 years and 2 months of bad treatment and toxicity. So you'd rather be in a relationship of 12 years, a bad relationship of 12 years. Am I making sense? Sometimes naongeanga haraka, so my words sometimes fly away. Am I making sense? So instead of sitting there and saying, I've been in this relationship for 3 years, okay, I don't want to waste 3 years, you've already wasted. So unless you want to waste another 3 years, 6 months, or another 4 years, unless you want to be if you're already in a relationship for 5 years, unless you want to be, okay, if you're already in a bad relationship for 5 years, unless you want to be in another bad relationship for another year, and for 7 years and for 8 years, you need to make that move. That's what I say. So guys, that's the end of my video. So wale mlikuwa mmeniandikia you have questions about it, this is your time. Yeah, because we wind up at 3, so we have like 23 minutes. I'm all yours. Let me look at your comments somewhere here. Okay, where are the comments? Oh, they're here. I'm looking at them from my laptop because I'm using my phone for the live. Okay, let me first read your feedback. Okay, kwa nini hizi zinakuja hapa chini? I don't want them here, I want them up here. Yeah. Okay, very powerful. I walked away and it's the best decision I ever made. Yes, and you feel so proud of yourself, by the way. You do feel proud of yourself. I'm looking at the okay, kwa nini nini zangu zinakuja hapa chini? Comments zangu. Niko kwa computer yangu. I'm trying to look at what's happening here. I'm not a technology person, so do not judge me. Thanks Mudhani for impacting many lives. I can't wait to meet you in the Zoom room soon. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, and if you're struggling with such things and you want someone to help you, I'm a practicing coach. I have sessions and I have packages I offer. So I'm trying to look at your comments. Live, of course you are. Okay, I'm not getting, but yeah, I see the excitement. Do you know you're just talking to me? Thank you, sis. I love you. Thank you so much. Wow, I love the topic so much. Thank you. Mkitoka hapa msubscribe kwa channel yangu. Support a sister. Reggie. And what do you do? What's your channel about, Reggie? Tuandikia hapo kwa hiyo chat. Nimekuja the best time. Yes, Zipporah, you have. Me, I just pray hakuna atio. I totally get what you're saying. Is it okay to keep going back to memory lane for something you walked away from? It's a normal, let me say it's normal human behavior. And sometimes we keep thinking about, okay, na kama ange change, ama was I the problem, ama hiyo kitu, ama hakunitusi. We try to think about it in a different light. But this is what I always say: you will never turn back time, and you will never go back into the future, into the past, to make things different from what they already are. So the most important thing is to look ahead and to look at now that you know what you know about the situation that you are in, what can you do and how can you make your life better and your life easier. It's okay sometimes to think about it, but when you don't, I don't want you to think. Now, when I think about my previous bad situations, I think about them from a place of, I learned so much, by the way. And I feel like it was God's plan to put me in those situations so I can understand myself, and so I can know I deserve better, and so I can also help other people. So look at the lesson from that. Nini, I think Nini is the one who does that. Look at the lesson from that and focus on that. Focus on that. Okay. Let me see. Yenyewe, those exes that, yenyewe, what about those exes that comes back? Thank you for that question, Monica. So, the only person you are in control of is who? Is yourself. You're in control of your emotions, you're in control of your feelings, you're in control of what you say, you're in control of how you behave. You cannot control any other person. And the fact that you're walking away from something does not mean that whoever you're walking away from, or that whatever, doesn't need you, or they're not going to call you, or they're not going to show you at your door. They will do everything they can to see you go back, especially if it's a relationship that was benefiting them more, but you're only in control of yourself. Never forget that. Sometimes it's easy to say, he made me do this, they made me. Nobody can make you do anything. Take your power back. If you feel that whatever you're walking away from, or that space is not celebrating you, is not good for you, don't go back. Look at what's your best interest. Look at, sometimes they say nilimhurumia. Okay, ulimhurumia lakini alikuwa anakutesa. Nani atakuhurumia wewe? It's your job to hurumia yourself. Ama tulisema huruma ni estate. I saw that thing and I laughed. I saw it na nikacheka tu. So you can only control yourself. Just know why you're living. Why you're living, you already have a plan and you know what you're working towards. Don't listen to them. Acha nione ingine. Okay. That yourself. Okay. By the way, I wish, what I talk about here, I wish I went through this when I was in my early 20s. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. I got into a lot of trouble. And I was stupid. And then how you're stupid, but then you're thinking you're so wise. Okay, anyway, let me be nice to myself. Anyway, what about those exes? And mekwambia Monica, you can only control yourself. It doesn't mean they won't come, they will come. But think about yourself and your best interest. It's your job they're thinking about themselves. It's your job to think about yourself. Because when you say, tunajua sasa nilimhurumia nikaona yenyewe, nani atakuhurumia? Think about yourself. Hello Mudhoni, what do you do about a situation where someone breaks up with you because their mental health was not okay, but then comes back later? Okay, it depends. If they communicated with you, if they told you, by the way, I'm going through some personal stuff that is very painful, I'm going to need some time to go through therapy to work on myself. And then when I feel I'm at a better place and I can be able to be a partner who's healthy and to be in a healthy relationship, then I can be able to reach out. If they communicated well, and that someone can tell you they are going to work on their mental health, but you see them with different women every day on social media. That's not someone who's working on their mental health. So if they communicated well and they said they're taking a break to work on this, and they come back, they say, I worked on this and this, then that's okay. But even as they come back, please give them the probation time, the 3 months. You don't have to tell them. Just tell them, let's start from scratch. Let's start going on dates. Let's start getting to know each other so that we see if we are compatible this time around. Don't just take them back and pick from where you left. Because you've also gone your separate ways. You've worked on other things. You've become a different person, from maybe the person he dated. So when he comes back, and he had communicated, and it was a relationship that you felt was good, was healthy, and you'd want something long-term with it, it's okay. But give it the probation, the interview time, the 3 months to 6 months, and watch it. If you feel you're not compatible anymore, ama he didn't work on himself or whatever, drop them. Wacha nione. Mimi niliachwa with 2 kids na nikaachika. Damaris. I relocated now. I'm in USA with my babies and I'm doing amazing. From grass to grace. God is good. Oh, I love such stories, Damaris. And thank you, because the stories are kupatia wasichana hope. Giving ladies hope and telling them it's possible and they can do it. They can do it. I love that. Thank you so much, Damaris. Thank you for that. There's another question I've seen. Nani huyu ameniambia kitu hapa? My computer is stressing me. So, oh, I'm happy today's topic is on point. Thank you, Christine. Esther Joy unasema so inspiring. We already know what to do. Hey, Mudhoni, what about those exes? That one I had already answered. I mean, it's a different. Hi, Mudhoni, what about those exes who come back and check on you? Block them. Block them. And you only, I said you're only in control of yourself and think about your life. If that relationship was toxic, it was unhealthy, it was not serving you, then why would you want to go back? Block them and don't start saying nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to do. Nobody. Take the power back. Okay. Okay. By the way, toxic exes, naona mmeuliza, like I think 2 people. What about walking away from toxic parents and never going back? Is it right or wrong, Susan? So this is usually a tricky topic. What about walking away from toxic parents? I would not say toxic when it comes to parents. You walk away is you give it time. You give it time, and the reason why we are not able to handle maybe our parents anymore is because we have a lot of healing to do on our part. Because, like, for example, for me, I realized that time when I was unhealed and I was hurting, and when I was going through all those hurt things and wounded place in my life, it was so hard for me to deal with people who had hurt me even when I was a child. It was so hard for me. But when I started my healing journey, when I got better, I was able to understand where they're coming from. I was able to understand they did the best they could with the information they had. It was easy for me to understand the trauma they went through. It does not mean I continue to take toxicity from them, but I kind of now understand where they're coming from. I can have a relationship with them, but a relationship does not mean it's tight or it has to be we talk every day or whatever, but I can be able to say hi to them and even have small talk. So I would not say walk away from toxic parents. I said take time to heal that wounded part of yourself. There are people, even when you walk away from, no matter how much you walk away from, you will never get them out of your mind. And those are people like our parents. You will always think about your mother every day, your father. You are not really walking away. The solution is to go through healing. Please go through healing. Yeah, so go through healing. You can take time away from them as you work on your healing journey. Eventually, by the way, this is what happens, and this is what I tell my clients. Eventually, you will start feeling pity. You will start like understanding them, understanding why this woman must have gone through so much in her childhood. Like she doesn't know better, she doesn't, and they didn't know what they were doing. They were just in their 20s having babies. They went through so much trauma. They went through a lot. Go through your healing journey. Because sometimes we think maybe the reason you walked away is because they've never apologized, they've never recognized what they did was wrong. They will never. Our parents don't even think they can do anything wrong to their children. They feel they gave you the right education and they fed you. So what are you talking about? So you need to heal that wounded part of yourself. You need to. That's what you need to do. Eventually, you will be able to have a conversation with them, knowing this person is toxic, this person went through trauma. They will stop triggering you. You will stop crying about them. Go through your healing journey. Hi Modoni, what do you do about a situation where someone breaks up with you because their mental health? Okay, that one I've answered. With all the great information that you are selflessly sharing, I believe I'll scale through my 20s. Oh, thank you. Modoni, how about you walk away and the person keeps calling you back and apologizing and only to hurt you again just because they know you love them, so you are weak? If it happened once, it will happen twice. And also, this is what I say. If they worked on themselves, if they had you so much, they were so mean and they really destroyed you, and then later on they come and tell you, you know what, I've worked on myself, I want us to go back. Why would you want to go back? Let them take it as a lesson to be better in the next relationship. You know, don't take them back. I would not advocate for someone taking somebody back. Unless it's probably you are married to them and then they come back and they tell you they've done counseling, and then you do counseling separately. You're still living alone with your children. They're still living alone in their house, but you're going for counseling without necessarily tuliwachana juu ulikuwa unanichapa alafu, and then he comes and tells you unajua nimewacha kuchapana, and then you just take them back. Take a pinch of salt when people come back. If it's a boyfriend, there's a lady who had sent me a DM. As in, I saw that DM nikatetemeka hata sikujibu. So she said that her boyfriend has been cheating on her with different women. She said, my boyfriend, I don't know if it was a boyfriend of 1 year or 2 years, has been cheating on me and with different women, and I don't know what to do. Please advise me. If a boyfriend cheats on you once, run. A boyfriend, I have met you 6 months ago, we're trying today to see if we can get married, if we have a future together, and then you sleep with another woman. It means that you don't have a future together. The whole point of dating is seeing if this person is compatible for a husband or for a long-term soulmate. So I've started dating you for a year, and then you're sleeping with other women, and I'm supposed to forgive you. Why should I? I just met you. Do never, or let me just say this, forgive them but don't get back with them. Move on and find someone who you think, this is someone I can get married to. This is not someone, people who even break commitments, people who have no self-control. Why would you want to get married to such a person? Some women tell me, you know, this guy has been cheating on me, he's been behaving badly, he's not even proposing to me. Why would you want a cheater to propose to you? Like, why? Are we that desperate also? So when a boyfriend cheats on you, run. I hope you're not telling me that it was toxic and then because he cheated and then he's come back. Run. If it's a husband, you can decide to go for counseling. You can decide to look at why it happened and prevent it, and you can there are things you can do because there's a covenant, there are kids, and it's all that. But a boyfriend, and then you tell me, you know, he slept with 2 women, I don't know what to do. You know what to do. You need to run. When someone isn't right for you, God will cause them to hurt you continuously until you're ready to let go. Mistakes we make is not forgiving ourselves. Oh, thank you, Jiro. Wow, Damaris, yeah. The show is amazing. Keep up. Thank you. I don't know why I cannot see these things. Ama ni mini shida. Oh yeah, I cannot see them. The show is amazing. Keep it up. Thank you. By the way, you guys, we are live every Friday at 2 p.m. 2 to 3 p.m. Right now we have a few minutes. Okay. Hi, so because you're equipping us mentally and we can work. Oh, thank you, Nini. Nini, she's been here for such a long time, but I appreciate you, Nini. I do. I have been into a relationship for 3 years, but things have started changing. I happened to get pregnant and he forced me to abort. And now he wants to marry another woman. What do I do? Let him marry that woman and walk towards your freedom. Let him marry her. Anyway, and then also work towards forgiving yourself about what happened with the other baby. You didn't know better. You did the best you could with the information you had. You felt hurting, maybe doing whatever you did, maybe in terms of abortion. You felt you were saving your relationship. However, you hurt yourself and the relationship is no more. So he's marrying somebody else. Clap for yourself. It's God saving you from that heartache. Sweetie, count your losses, forgive yourself, do the self-compassionate exercises, and move forward. Do not beat yourself about it. Do not feel so bad about it. It's life. These things happen that we don't want, and sometimes we behave in ways that we don't want to behave, and it's okay. Give yourself grace. Yes, if he wants to marry somebody else, there's nothing as clear as a man who wants you. He will move mountains for you. But this one decides to marry somebody else. And what you ask me, what do you do? What can you do if your boyfriend is marrying somebody else? What can you do? Nothing. God is saving you heartache. Walk towards your freedom, mama. Yeah. Okay. Wanjiro, where have you been? It's my naonanga comments zako, by the way. It's my life coach again. I love the wisdom. Thank you so much. What about when you're already married? Okay. Ayan, Your question is half. What about it when you're already married? Let me look at some that I had missed. Prayer is the key. I believe in prayer. You can even pray with your heart and prayers are answered. Yes, and you can pray. Sometimes I pray all over. Sometimes nikitembea, maybe I'm doing my morning run. I go around and I'm praying. I'm telling God, you know what, God? I'm praying when I'm in the kitchen. I'm praying when I am, on the road. Pray. Create a relationship with God. It's not about religion. Sometimes I think you have to go and start singing in the choir and start going to church very early. No, it's having every moment or having little moments where you connect with God. Who is this? Oh, wow, inspiring. I love you, Mrs. Njoroge. Thank you, Bianca. Oh, so do you know you are talking to me? Thank you so much. Do you know I also watch some videos, and I always surround myself with emotional information. I also watch some videos, and then I watch, and then I'm thinking, kwani mtu ananijua? I feel like it's information for me. That illustration hit home. Thank you. The glass one. I'm thinking that's what you're talking about. Hey, umsema hapo kwa regret. Yes, we're scared of walking away because of regret. Lydia Jones unasema you need to trust yourself. Me, I don't believe in failure, because when you fail, you start again. When you fail, you start again. That's keep you going. And when you fail, that's when you know what you're supposed to really be doing. Yeah. So let me do 2 more and then we close. Bonnie's, hey Modoni, I walked away with a 2 months pregnancy. Oh, I forgave myself and accepted to be a single mom. But by the time baby was 8 months old, a wonderful man came into our lives. He's a great daddy. Oh God, I love such stories, by the way. I do. And like I've said, it's the story you tell yourself. Thank you so much for that example. Sometimes when you're leaving that marriage, when you're leaving that job, you're wondering, okay, sasa niende tena niteke 1 year nikiwa single tena kabla tujuane, maybe another 3 years kabla. That's the story you tell yourself in your head. Walk away from things that are not celebrating you, things that are not good for you. It's a story. Even me, I had that story. It didn't even take me long, by the way. I gave my story. Like I met somebody, and then after 6 months, 8 months. No, after 6 months, after 5 months, 5 to 6 months, he took me home to his parents. After 8 months, proposal. After 1 year, not even 1 year, I walked down the aisle, and I was so scared. Thank you so much. I love such stories. You guys don't stay in situations that are messing with your mental health, that are too toxic, just for the sake of, I don't know what's ahead. You will never know until you try. Thank you so much. I love such stories. See, I encourage you to walk away. Yes, Bonis, you have done that. Rachel, na ukimitu mtu na ako serious na wewe kabisa, but you ain't ready. Alafu ukimwambia anakwambia he's not taking no for an answer, and he's so sweet to you. Okay. Why are you letting him decide for you? Why are you letting him decide for you? If you've met someone and you're feeling they're serious and you're not ready, just tell them you're not ready and stand by that. Why are you letting him decide that you're ready if you're not? Take your power. By the way, we have so much control over a lot of things, especially that happens into our lives, but we give our power to people. Don't let him decide for you, sweetie. What is good for you? You are the only one who knows. Stand by that. I'm dating this guy, but it's only 2 months. So the issue is akiwa kwa nyumba, no picking calls at around 9. Okay, let me start again. I'm dating this guy, but it's only 2 months. So the issue is akiwa kwa nyumba, no picking calls, and around 9 the following day, he tells me he had a busy day. Na hatakangi kusumbuliwa, anaeka silent. Am I safe? It's been 2 months, right? Bianca. Akiwa kwa nyumba. I don't know, you tell us. Is this how it's always been? You know, there are those people who ikifika jioni, ama maybe he has early days, he puts his phone on silent. Are there other things that you've noticed in alignment with that? Is that how he started? Ama when he started, you were talking up to midnight, but nowadays, by 8, ameweka simu silent. No, now there you can ask yourself questions. Look at, are there other reasons that accompany that? If he's always done that, if he's always maybe past 9 and akwambia, by the way, I want to sleep because I'm waking up early, that's okay. If he communicates, that's okay. If he's always done that, that's okay, unless he just changed. And then only, okay, Bianca, it's only been 2 months, don't decide, take time. You will know. Jen Mwangi. Hey, so what about when you meet a guy, he proposes to you and you say yes? Then after a short while, you realize that he's not your type. What do? You call it off. You call it off. But also it depends. Your type when it comes to what? There are things you should have, things you can compromise on and things you can't. There are things you can compromise on. For example, height. For example, the perfume he uses. For example, how he dresses. There are things you can compromise on. But there are things you can't. That is, by the way, these are mine, not for everybody. So things like what? Ask yourself, weigh the options also. Look at, sometimes it's good to ask yourself, am I also petty? Am I also letting a good person go because I am looking for perfection? And you will never find perfection in anybody. Also ask yourself that. And if you feel whatever he's doing, it's against what you believe in, or it's leading to an unhealthy relationship, you feel you can't get over it, then let him go. Let him marry somebody who will accept him the way he is. Aya, Guy Modhoni, umeruka question yangu ya partners with best friends. Okay, please write it again. Write it again, please. Please, Rhoda. Again, let Bianca run. That guy is busy with someone else after 9 p.m. Hey, okay, umesikia? Let her observe him. If that is how he started, and he usually has an early day, then it's something else. Or let him know you want to talk to him sometimes. I don't think you can just decide after 2 months about this after 2 months. Give it time. Don't rush with him. Give it time. Ask him. Find out. Yeah. Sometimes we are also driven by our own insecurities. Because the other guy was doing things at night, we think this one is also doing things at night. As for me, I'm focusing on my goals. I'm turning 25 years very soon. That is after a breakup I had last week, and now I have decided to focus on me. Oh, Sylvia, all the best in your healing. I love you, Modhoni. Thank you, Lillian. Been following you since I don't know which year. I always refer my clients to your channel because it's not all about swallowing antidepressant pills. I'm sorry, you're the best, sis. Oh, thank you. And I have coaching sessions, by the way. Bianca Shiro, please run 2 months in and the red flags are so loud. He must be married. Love yourself, girl. I would not say walk away right away. I would not say that, because sometimes we are driven by our past and where we're coming from. Talk to him, ask him, and find out. If he leaves the house at 5 a.m., maybe he doesn't want to chat or talk to you by 9. If he communicates and tells you, by the way, I'm already in bed, so I'm gonna just sleep and then we can just talk tomorrow because I'm leaving the house at 5, maybe that's better. And maybe you need to give him benefit of doubt. That's what I'm saying. However, you know how your relationship has been, and probably you know why he's behaving the way he's behaving. Don't run to decide, and don't just decide from maybe a couple of times he's done that. Talk about it with him. Okay, you guys, I want to go away. Jen, if you feel he's not your person, better a broken engagement than a broken marriage. Thank you very much. If a guy isn't picking late night calls, just know he has someone else. Why does everybody think if you don't pick late night calls, you have someone else? Personally, when I was single, I was not picking calls past 10 p.m. You're a single guy, and then you start calling me on a weekday. I was not. Because I was coming from a relationship that was too insecure, too controlling. Somebody can call you at 1 a.m. just to find out if you're in the house. And I decided to stop that. So it might be he's not. It might be he's not. Maybe he doesn't pick calls at night. Maybe he's used to controlling women who control him and who wants to call him at 2 a.m. and show up at his door. And maybe he's trying to put boundaries. Yeah, just talk to him about it. And also, as women, we always know. You always feel like, by the way, this guy told me he sleeps or his phone goes silent at 9, but 2 a.m. at 2 p.m. 2 a.m. he's online. So huyo ndio unaona, by the way, this guy is online chatting with other people, but he's not talking to me. Don't run into conclusion. Sawa. Do your research. So you don't start cutting it off and then tukikaa after 1 month umeshakimbia kumwambia I'm sorry, kumbembeleza, because you cannot handle your emotions and you cannot handle a conversation with him about it. Modhoni, my boyfriend cheated after we dated for 6 months. I forgave. Now we are good and he changed. Can someone change forever and stop cheating? Now we are heading to 1.5 years on dating. Aki mimi, I would say if a boyfriend cheats on you, run. I don't know why I just, because I am dating this, I want to get married to someone who doesn't cheat, who honors commitment. And then he starts sleeping with other women. And then I'm supposed to forgive him. And then we get married, and then I will be so insecure and have trust issues. And then if he cheats again, me, I say run. Modani, my question is, the married partners who say they have best friends who are opposite sex, how do we settle with this? Especially men saying those ladies they talk with a lot are workmates. No, if it's something that you don't like, if it's something that is stressing you, raise it. Tell him to put boundaries. You know what I say? During the day, let him talk to his workmates, let him talk to his friends, whatever, during his working hours and all that. But if he's talking to his work friends late when he's in the house, when you're spending time together, when he's not supposed to be, during the day he'll talk to his workmates, and if it's about work or even weekdays. But weekends, if women are calling him left, right, and center, it is a problem. And if you feel it's a problem for you, raise it and tell him to put boundaries. And it's not those women, it's him. You are such an inspiration. Whatever you can't compromise, leave it. Keeping in mind you are the most important personal part. Okay. Msa bado haujaonana na yeye akona na mimi coast. Msa bado haujaonana na yeye. Na nani? Akonai na mimi coast. I don't know what you mean by this. So guys, we've come to the end. Tumepitisha na 5 minutes. So for the person who said that the boyfriend cheated, she forgave him, and now they are good for you. I hope it works out for you, and I hope you don't have crazy trust issues in that relationship that will mess it later. I hope he maybe realized you're serious or decided to get serious. However, it's a gamble that you don't have to deal with. That's what I say in a relationship. So guys, bye. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your questions, for your feedback. So every Friday at 2 p.m. we are here live with a topic, answering your questions. Atiana Manisha, they're not married. Someone has said something. Let me see. Who is not married to who? Okay, I think katabia mimi nimechanganyikiwa. Who is not married to who? Before I leave. Bianca, you said mso bado hatujaoana na yeye. Okay, let me look at your question so I can remember. Bianca. I'm dating this guy, but it's only 2 months. Okay. I've seen the guy for 2 months. The one for akiwa kwa nyumba, not picking calls at around 9. The following day, he tells me he had a busy day na hatakai kusumbuliwa, anaweka silent. Am I safe? Oh, yeah, I got it. You're not living together. Yes, I've seen. So yes, I understood you're not married. I did. When I was answering, I understood you are living in different places. So when you're calling him at night, his phone is on silent because he had a busy day. He said he wants to sleep. Anyway, so weigh the options. Another thing, if a guy is serious about you, of course he wants to talk to you before he goes to bed. Does he do that? Does he communicate? Yeah, does he tell you, by the way, I had a busy day, so I'm just gonna put my phone on silent, I'm gonna sleep, so you have a good night, let's talk tomorrow. If he communicates, then that's okay. I don't think, and if during weekends when he's not busy, he has you the whole time and you're spending time, I don't think there's a problem. You also don't want, sometimes you also, when you're dating, you don't want someone access to you like the whole time. Like we've known each other for 2 months, but you want to call me at 3 a.m. Like, I don't think that's okay. Hiya, bye guys, bye. Bye, we are done. It's a wrap.